My precious child, I know that your life isn't always smooth sailing and filled with happiness. You will face trials, you will experience pain, and tears will quietly fall when you feel abandoned, forgotten, or lonely in the dark of the night. But let me tell you this, pain is not the end point. It's a doorway to rebirth, to a strength you never knew you possessed. It's precisely in those moments when you fall, when you feel like there's no way out, that I will lift you up. Pain is an essential part of your journey. It's not a punishment. It's not something you have to endure. It's a refiner's fire, a training ground through which you'll see yourself become more resilient, stronger, and wiser. I will use the very pain you're experiencing to shape you into a more complete person, to make you firm and steady on the path that I've already set out for you. None of you will go through life without encountering difficulties, but those difficulties are not something you can't overcome. Remember that I will never let you face challenges that you are not capable of conquering. I am here, and I will always be here with you. In every pain, you'll find a lesson, and I will guide you on how to transform those challenges into strength. The pain you're enduring, even though it might make you feel drained, is actually a bridge, a path that leads you to growth. You're not walking it alone. I've already walked ahead of you, entering into the darkest moments of your life. It was I who endured suffering, who carried all the sadness, the fears, and the burdens that you feel. I took them on and transformed them into a source of boundless power. It was through my pain that you were redeemed, and today, I will do the same for you. Understand that each step through suffering, each tear that falls, is an opportunity for me to impact your life, to help you realize the true strength you've never known. I don't want you to just survive the pain. I want you to transform that pain into immense strength. I will show you how to walk through the wounds in your heart, not to forget them, but to learn from them, so that those wounds become badges of triumph, of resilience. Right now, you might feel like those pains are too much, too heavy. But remember that when I lead you through the storms, I won't just protect you. I will also give you great blessings. These trials are only temporary. They will pass and leave within you a lasting strength that no one can take away. Look at each difficulty with different eyes, my child. Every difficulty is an opportunity to learn how to stand up, to learn how to trust in yourself and in me. And when you emerge from these hardships, you'll find yourself more radiant, stronger, with an unshakable faith. I've been through those pains, and I'll always be there with you, so you know it's never too late to find faith and hope again. Suffering is not the end. Suffering is just the beginning of a new journey. And it's on that very journey that you'll see yourself become a child of mine, strong, filled with love, and with faith. I will make your suffering a lesson, a weapon you can use to overcome every challenge. Don't be afraid. Look at your pain, knowing that it's part of the process that I'm leading you through. What you're going through won't last forever. Don't let it defeat you. Stand up, look up, and feel the strength that I have in store for you. You will rise up stronger, and tomorrow will be brighter than ever before. I will go with you through all your pain. I will turn all of your difficulties into opportunities for you to become the person I envisioned in my plan for you. Have faith in me, my child. Let me guide you, and pain will no longer be something you have to fear. Listen to these words, because they won't just echo in your ears. They will touch the deepest part of your heart. In every pain, I see a priceless opportunity, an opportunity for you to realize your true nature, to discover a strength that only when faced with adversity will you be able to know. Don't look at suffering as something inevitable, as something you have to endure without any chance of overcoming. Look at it as part of my plan. It's not a punishment. It's a part of the journey you must take to grow. I know how you feel when facing loss, when your heart is broken by challenges. But I want you to remember that the wounds you carry are not a sign of weakness, but the marks of a battle. These very wounds will be the proof of your resilience, of the faith, and of the hope that you always hold on to in your heart despite all you face. Suffering isn't something you have to carry alone. I've carried it all, from physical pain to the deepest spiritual sorrow. And it was through that pain that I achieved victory for you. You will no longer be alone when facing pain. I will be the light that guides you. And even in the darkness of suffering, you may not see me right away. But remember that I am always there, in every step you take, in every moment that you feel tired and worn out. When you can't go on, I will lift you up. When you can't see the path, I will lead you one step at a time. I will transform your pain into a new strength, a weapon you can use to rise up and conquer all the challenges ahead. I don't ask you to forget your pain, because that pain is part of you, part of your journey. But I will help you learn to see it differently. The wounds you carry will no longer be a sign of weakness. They will become proof of the growth, the resilience that you achieved every time you rise up from a fall. Every time you fall, I will help you stand up stronger, wiser, and more determined. Understand that suffering is not a sign of helplessness, but an opportunity for you to unleash the strength that lies hidden within you. When you face trials, when you have to fight against the fears in your heart, that's when you're drawing closer to your true nature. I will help you understand that strength doesn't come from the absence of pain, but from how you face it. Being strong doesn't mean not feeling pain, but it means being able to overcome it and finding faith in the darkest moments. When you feel like everything is collapsing, when you feel like you have no strength left to continue, I will be there, lifting you up, reminding you that your life is more meaningful than ever. Every tear you shed, every time you feel loss, is when I'm closest to you. Remember that I've already been through this suffering before you, and I will never let you walk alone. Suffering will make you realize a hidden strength you never thought you possessed. It's in those moments that seem unbearable that I'll touch your heart and give you new strength, a boundless energy, so that you can continue to walk. The difficulties you are facing are not challenges meant to break you, but are opportunities for you to learn, grow, and become stronger. Every storm you overcome, every night you walk through alone, will help you become the person that I have always envisioned for you. Let these pains teach you lessons about patience, persistence, and how you can overcome any obstacle. I will never let you get lost. When you walk into the darkness, I will be the light to guide you. When you feel weak and have no more strength, I will be your boundless source of strength, helping you stand up once more. Never doubt that I will abandon you in the most difficult moments. Never. I'm always with you. And when you hurt the most, when you suffer the most, that's when I'm closest to you. Suffering is not a sign of the end. It's a new step in the grand journey that I've prepared for you. You will realize that every trial, every sorrow, has its purpose. And when you come out of it, you will be stronger than ever before. Remember that in every stumble, in every pain, I will always be with you, helping you transform suffering into strength. When you can look at your pain and know that it's just a turning point on your journey, you will understand that everything has a purpose. Never be afraid when facing difficulties. When you are strong, when you walk with faith in me, nothing in this world can make you fall. I will always turn every pain into a great power that helps you rise up and live fully with all of the blessings I have prepared for you. These trials, these difficulties, are just passages you must cross to reach the clarity, the understanding, and the freedom that awaits. Never think that pain is something you have to endure without any purpose. No, everything you are experiencing is part of my grand plan, a plan I've prepared for you since before you were born. You will see that each time you stumble, each time you feel like you can't take anymore, that is when you are approaching a significant turning point. In that moment, I will be there, not to carry your pain for you, but for you to realize that your true strength lies in your ability to rise up from those falls. I will not let you fall into despair, because I know that only when you experience pain will you understand the value of joy. Only when you overcome difficulty will you know true happiness. You're not the only one in the world facing trials. Everyone must walk through thorny paths, through difficult times, but that's how I make you stronger. Don't think that I don't see your pain. I see everything. I witness every step you take, every breath you breathe. You're never alone. When you feel like everything is against you, remember that I am the one standing by your side. Not to do it for you, but to help you see the light in the darkness. Suffering will be the measure of your patience and faith. When you have no more strength, when your hands are tired and your heart aches with sadness, that is when you will realize that your greatest strength isn't physical, but in your soul. And when you learn to see pain as an opportunity to move forward, you'll begin to understand that every trial in this life is not random. All of it has a higher purpose, to make you stronger, more resilient, and wiser. You may not understand why you have to endure all this pain, but I want you to remember that everything will become clear when you grow. It's through these difficulties that you'll discover a hidden strength within you, something that you never thought you could do if you hadn't faced these trials. Suffering will open your eyes to a new perspective on yourself, on your potential. It's precisely in the moments when you feel like you can't take any more that I'll give you boundless strength. Never think that pain is something you have to carry alone. I will always be there, ready to lift you up when you stumble. I will be the firm hand that you can grab when you feel like you can't stand up anymore. When you feel helpless, that's when I'll grant you a resilience you never thought you possessed. I will transform your pain into boundless strength, helping you find light in the deepest darkness. You don't need to understand everything right now. Time will help you see more clearly what I'm doing for you. Every step you take, whether it's a weak one or a strong one, has its purpose. Never give up, because in every difficult moment, I am there, ready to help you stand up again. Each time you overcome a trial, you will become stronger. And from there, I will continue to guide you to better things. Suffering isn't meaningless. Every wound, every tear, every sorrow has a profound meaning that I will make clear in time. You'll realize that nothing is useless in my eyes, and everything you experience is just part of the grand journey that I've prepared for you. It's through those moments of pain that you'll find a hidden strength within you. And when you understand that, you won't be afraid of any challenge in the future. Have faith in yourself, because I created you with all the strength and ability to overcome every challenge. What you are experiencing is not a sign of failure, but a sign of the growth, the clarity, and the wisdom you will gain after overcoming the pain. Never doubt your abilities, because I believe in you. And when you believe in yourself, you'll realize that nothing is impossible to overcome. Let suffering become a source of strength, not something to run from or deny. Let it make you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. I will always be beside you in every step, and each time you overcome a hardship, you will realize that I have always been there, lifting you up, helping you rise. When you learn how to face pain and transform it into strength, you'll become the person I've always wanted you to be, a steadfast person, filled with faith and never defeated. Remember that each step on this journey is never meaningless. Even when you feel tired, sometimes doubtful, I am telling you that it's in these very trials that you'll realize your own powerful and resilient nature. Everything you're experiencing, the painful days, the storms that rock your life, all have a clear purpose, so you can realize that in pain, you can find an unexpected strength. Each pain, whether physical or emotional, is an opportunity for you to grow in faith. You have seen this world filled with events and challenges, but I tell you that no challenge is useless, no suffering without reason. Every pain you feel is a turning point, a sign of the growth that I'm guiding you through. Look at the challenges as stones on the path of life that you must overcome. Don't be afraid when facing obstacles, because they will make you stronger and prepare you for the wonderful opportunities that await. Of course, you may feel helpless at times. You may feel like you're separated from everything around you, feeling lonely and not knowing what to do. But in those very moments, when you feel your weakest, that's when I'm closest to you. Remember that I have come to bring you comfort and hope. I will not leave you alone in those dark hours. Believe that every tear, every storm in your heart will not be wasted. Instead, it will be transformed into strength, into a fire that makes you shine more brightly. Never give up on your faith in yourself. And never think that suffering is something that will destroy you. Rather, suffering is something that will make you stronger, an opportunity for you to grow, to see the miraculous ability that I have given you. You will see that when you stand firm through the storms, when you continue to move forward when everything around you is shattered, that is when I will make you more steadfast, more resilient, and stronger than ever before. Suffering will not last forever. When you learn how to face it and overcome it, you'll realize that it's that very pain that has led you to growth. Every time you face a trial without giving up, I will help you see more clearly the higher purposes behind those trials. You will see that everything that happens in your life has a perfect arrangement, even if it might confuse you and be difficult to understand right now. The trials you are facing are not random. They are not a punishment. They are part of a larger plan I've made for you. You must understand that through each difficulty, you are growing, moving closer to what I have destined for you. Don't worry when things don't seem to go as planned. Have faith that in each moment you feel weak, I will make you stronger. Don't look at the pain as a misfortune, but as part of your journey to grow. So that when you look back, you'll see that these were the jewels that I gave you, so you could move forward. Just as a tree must endure storms to grow stronger, you must face challenges to grow and achieve what you desire. Suffering is not something that will imprison you forever. Look at it as an opportunity for you to find a hidden strength that you have never thought of. Never be afraid when facing the storms of life, because those storms will help you become the person I want you to be. And when you walk through the trials, when you stand up and look into the waves without flinching, you will see that suffering is just a part of the journey, not the destination. You will learn that when you face pain, you'll find your greatest strength. And I will help you discover the amazing potential that you never thought you had. Each time you feel tired, each time you run out of strength, that is when I will give you boundless strength. Remember that there is no pain that I cannot transform into strength. There is no trial that I cannot help you overcome. You only need to have faith in yourself and faith in me, because I am always with you, guiding you every step of the way, even when you cannot see the path ahead. When you learn how to transform suffering into strength, when you realize that pain is a part of your journey to grow, you will see that this life is no longer a burden, but a gift of growth, wisdom, and immeasurable strength. I created you with all those abilities, and when you know how to use them, you will become a steadfast person, resilient, and full of light. Stand firm, because I will always be with you, helping you through every difficulty, helping you transform suffering into strength. And one day, you'll look back and see that all trials, all pain, were just important steps that led you to the freedom and peace that I promised you. Remember that there is no trial that I do not know, no pain that I do not share with you. When you walk through the darkest days, when your heart feels heavy with worries and fears, remember that I'm still there. I won't abandon you, even when you feel lost in the sea of life. In those times, that's when I embrace you in my infinite love. Don't be afraid, because I know you better than you know yourself. I see the pain, the anxiety in your heart, and that's why I come to transform it all into opportunities for your growth and your triumph. Don't think that pain is a sign of weakness. On the contrary, it's a sign of the courage of a soul willing to face the trials of life. Look at the difficulties you're facing and realize there is a valuable lesson in them. Every step, every pain you endure is a brick that builds the foundation for your future. You may not realize it right away, but one day, when you look back, you'll see that those very challenges have helped you become the person I've always wanted you to be. In this life, I don't promise that you will not face difficulties, but I promise that you will never have to face them alone. Have faith that in each step, in each fall, I will lift you up. Suffering is not the end, but a new beginning of rebirth, a process of renewing yourself from all that has passed. You may not understand the reason right away, but time will make everything clear. Let me guide you through the darkness, through the trials, and take you to the light of truth and peace. Remember that you're being refined to become a stronger and more resilient person. Yes, the pain may make you feel weak, but you will never be defeated. Each wave of pain only makes you firmer, like an ancient tree that stands firm in the storm. When you learn to stand firm no matter how much the wind blows, when you learn how to accept challenges without resentment, at that time, you will realize that everything has its reason. It's not because you're weak that you're in pain, but because you're strong, strong enough to bear the challenges that life places before you. You might not see everything, but I see the path you are on. You are not alone. Remember that in every storm, I am always there with you, guiding you, helping you find peace in your soul. Even when the storm rages, when you feel lost, when you don't have the strength to continue, come back to me. Let me be your strength. Let me be the hope of your soul, so that you won't feel afraid or lost anymore. Let me be the lamp that guides you through the darkness. In each step, I will grant you blessings that no one can foresee. When you dare to face the pain without flinching, you will discover that it is in the pain that you have found your hidden strength. You will realize that pain is not an enemy, but a companion that helps you awaken and recognize the hidden potential within yourself. I will not let you endure this in vain. Every challenge you encounter has a sacred purpose that I have destined for you, so that through it, you can grow more, become stronger, and more resilient. One day, when you look back at the difficulties that have passed, you will no longer see them as burdens. On the contrary, you will see them as the stones that I have placed under your feet, helping you move forward stronger. You will realize that every time you overcome a trial, not only do you become stronger, but you also become closer to me. Suffering will never weaken you. It will only make you more steadfast, more resilient. Each time you overcome it, you will feel the boundless love that I have for you. I want you to understand that when you stand firm in suffering, when you learn how to transform it into strength, you will realize that you never lack peace in every pain. I'm still there, offering you protection, guidance, and healing. What you feel like you are losing in the trials, I will compensate with great blessings that you cannot imagine. Don't be afraid, because I will not let you suffer for too long. Just have faith. Just keep moving forward, and I will lead you to the peace you seek. This is the strength that I want to give you. Strength that doesn't come from avoiding pain, but from facing it and overcoming it. Strength that doesn't come from running away, but from facing it, from standing firm in the storm, and from knowing that nothing is impossible to overcome if you put your trust in me. Stay strong and continue your journey. The trials will not break you, but they will make you stronger every day. And in each step you take, I will always be there, helping you transform all suffering into strength, so you can move forward in the light of love and peace. When you face the storms in your heart, those times when your soul feels like it's being pulled into a whirlpool of worry and fear, I want you to pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and remember that I am always by your side. It's not by chance that these things happen. They're actually steps on the journey that I've prepared for you from the beginning. Every step that you take, no matter how difficult or heavy, is a step that I've prepared just for you. You don't have to walk it alone. What you feel, the sadness, the difficulties, the trials you face, all have a sacred purpose. They're not a sign of abandonment, but an opportunity for you to rise, for you to discover a hidden strength within yourself. When you feel weak, I want you to remember that at that very moment, I am helping you stand firm. You don't see me, but I'm always there, supporting you every step of the way. Every time you fall, I will be the one to lift you up, teaching you how to rise from your wounds so that you're not just a survivor, but also a person who is stronger, more mature. The pain you're experiencing is not meaningless. It's not a punishment, but part of the process that I am working in your life. When you are in pain, remember that at that very moment, I am sharpening you, like a precious stone, refining you to make you shine brighter and stronger. Your wounds will not be wounds forever. I will heal them, and when they are healed, you will feel a strength that you never had before. You may not understand it right now, but there will come a time when you realize that those very difficult moments were when I was closest to you. It was when you could feel my presence more clearly than ever. I'm there not only in the times you're joyful, but also when you feel afraid, worried, or weak. I am always there supporting you, helping you find peace in your soul. Remember that you will never be forgotten in the midst of trials. They are not something you have to endure meaninglessly, but rather an opportunity to find a deeper, stronger peace within yourself. Each time you feel pain, you will become stronger, and I will transform that pain into strength for you. Your suffering will no longer be a burden, but rather precious lessons, jewels that I am giving you. Remember that every step you take, no matter how slow or difficult, is a step closer to the peace and happiness that I have prepared for you. Every time you rise up from suffering, you will not only become stronger, but also someone who can share and support others. Because when you overcome these trials, you will understand the pain of others, and you will become a source of encouragement and strength for anyone who needs support. You will not just be healed, but will also become someone who can heal others. I will continue to guide you every step of the way. When you see the trials in life, remember that every trial is an opportunity for you to grow, to understand more about yourself and about me. I will not let you face them alone. I will always be there with you, helping you see the path ahead, helping you stand firm in the face of every difficulty, helping you see that in every trial, there is wisdom and peace that I have given you, and you are never alone on this journey. Every time you face pain, I will be the guiding light, the source of strength so that you don't give up. Believe in the revelation that I've given you. Believe in the healing that I've promised, because only when you trust in me, only when you dare to face the hardships, will you realize that all you need is within you and that I will always be there to help you find your strength. I will never leave you. When you feel tired, I will lift you up. When you feel afraid, I will be your courage. When you feel lonely, I will be your companion. Suffering will not be the end, but a step, an opportunity for you to find a deeper truth about life, about people, and about yourself. Every pain you feel, I will transform into strength. Every time you cry, I will be the hand that comforts you, helping you overcome your fears and worries and see a deep peace that you cannot find anywhere but within me. Suffering cannot weaken you. It can only make you stronger, because you are my beloved child, and I will never let you suffer alone. Be strong, and let me be the strength within you. Continue to move forward, even though you may not see the path clearly. Have faith, because every step you take, I will make brighter. In every challenge you face, I will be your source of strength, helping you overcome it and transform all suffering into power. I will make you a person who is strong, resilient, not only standing firm in the face of life's difficulties, but also becoming a light, becoming hope for anyone who needs support. Every time you feel like this life is just too harsh, every time you feel the pain spreading through your soul, I want you to remember that nothing in all of this is meaningless. The suffering you're going through, they're trials not meant to push you away from me, but to pull you closer. When you face these challenges, I will be your solid ground, the one who guides you, helping you find the light in the darkness. I'll help you see that no matter the storms, you can stand strong, because I'm right here beside you. You have to understand that suffering isn't a sign of abandonment, but an opportunity for you to find strength you never knew you had. Every time you stumble, you'll learn how to get back up. Every time you feel helpless, you'll realize that strength doesn't come from you alone, but from me, from the love I have for you. I'll use these trials to help you become more resilient, stronger, and when you get through them, you will recognize the hidden power within yourself. Let each moment of pain become an opportunity to discover your soul's resilience. Don't look at suffering as something terrible, but see it as a chance for you to grow. It's precisely during those difficult times that I'll be with you, helping you overcome walls that seem impossible to break. I will be your source of strength, the light that shines your path when you feel your endurance is running out. When you feel you can't keep going, that's when I'll come even closer to you. I will be your breath, the energy that helps you move forward. I will never leave you alone, No matter how difficult the circumstances, you just need to trust and let me guide you through every hardship, because I know you would never leave those who seek me in their struggles. You'll feel my presence in every step, in every decision you make. And you'll see that at that moment, pain will no longer make you weak, but will become the foundation for your new strength. The transformation won't happen overnight, but little by little, day by day, as you face each challenge, as you persevere and trust in my guidance. Things you don't understand right now will slowly become clear when you look back. I'll show you that suffering is part of the journey and that those moments will become the building blocks of a strong foundation. Don't worry if you can't see the results of these trials right away. My healing is not an instant thing, but a process, a journey that you'll walk through step by step. With each step, you'll feel a little new strength being given to you. When you're in pain, I will be your comfort. When you're exhausted, I will be the strength to help you stand. Every time you feel like you can't go on, that's when I will give you an unseen source of strength, a power that only I can give you. Never think that the pain will last forever. Never think that you can't overcome it, because I am always with you, and I would never let you face any challenge that you couldn't overcome. With each challenge you overcome, you'll become stronger. Every time you stand firm in suffering, you'll feel your own strength and mine. Every time you fall and get back up, you'll see clearly that it's in those painful moments that you've grown, you've matured, and you've become a stronger person. Remember that suffering is just a part of the process that I've prepared for you. But the pain, the challenges you're facing are not signs of failure, but opportunities to show the strength I've given you. You'll overcome it all because you are never alone. I will always be there in every step you take to support you, to help you turn suffering into strength. Like a potter refining precious stones, I am also refining your soul, training you to become more perfect. The challenges you face aren't meant to destroy you, but to help you realize the hidden strength within you. When you overcome suffering, you'll not only be a victor, but someone who can help others overcome their pain. Trust in this process. Trust in the love I have for you. When you face challenges, remember that nothing is meaningless. Nothing is insurmountable. Each time you stand strong, you'll become the embodiment of the strength and love I give you. Each time you feel pain, remember that it's in those moments that you'll find the great power I've reserved for you. You'll never be abandoned. I'll be by your side, not only in joyful moments, but also in those moments of pain. Just trust in me. Just trust in the strength that I'll give you, because I will turn your suffering into your strength, my child. When you're going through pain, never think that I don't understand. I understand your pain because I've also experienced the deepest suffering. I carried all the pain of the world on myself, so that when you're in pain, you'll know that I've walked that path before you and I'm not leaving you alone. The pain you're carrying is a part of the journey I've prepared for you. And with every step, I'll help you see that in suffering, you'll discover unimaginable strength. The challenges you're facing might make you feel like you're buried in darkness. But remember that darkness only exists because there is light, and I am the light. The light will guide you through each day. Never let pain make you forget my presence, because it's in those moments that I'll make you realize that suffering is not an end, but the beginning of a greater transformation. Do you know that with each painful step, you're learning something important, the ability to get back up and keep going? Suffering is a harsh teacher, but it also teaches you how to overcome your own limits. When you feel you can't go on, that's when I'm closest to lift you up, to push you forward. Each step, even slow, is moving you towards the goal I have for you. Never think that the wounds in your soul will never heal. I am the healer of all wounds, and those wounds in your soul will become the signs of your strength, of a soul refined through fire. I'm not just the healer of physical bodies, but also the healer of all wounds. Those wounds you feel can't be healed, I will turn them into testimonies of resilience, of victory, and finally, of glory. Look at my life, and you'll see that no trial is meaningless. Every step I took on this earth, I faced trials and suffering, but I turned all of that into a sacrifice of love. Suffering didn't weaken me. It was the means for me to show my love for people, and I will make you see that suffering, instead of making you fall, will make you stronger because there is growth and deep understanding of real love in it. When you think you can't endure anymore, I'll give you the strength to continue. That strength is not from you, but from me, a strength that comes from the boundless love I have for you. You just need to open your heart and let me in, to let me turn suffering into strength that nothing can shake. Don't be afraid when you feel helpless, because in that helplessness, I'll make you realize that your strength doesn't come from you, but from me. Every time you stumble, remember that I am the one who will pick you up and never let you fall into darkness. The pain that you're suffering will become the building blocks for a solid foundation of your future growth and strength. Remember that no suffering is permanent. Each pain will pass, and you will be stronger, more resilient, and wiser after getting through it. You will look back and realize that it was during the toughest times that you received the greatest strength and love. You will see that I never left you. I was always there, guiding you through every trial. Suffering is not something to be avoided, but something to face in order to grow. Let these trials become the stepping stones for your growth. Don't let them make you fall, but let them lift you up, helping you realize that in the most difficult times, I created an opportunity for you to be stronger. Believe that suffering is not the end of everything, but the beginning of a new journey. When you stand strong, no matter how weak you might feel, I will be there to give you strength that you can't find anywhere else. That strength is my love for you, and that love will help you overcome everything, will help you become a stronger, wiser, and more hopeful person. Never feel that suffering is something you have to fight against. Look at it as a friend that will teach you valuable lessons about resilience, sacrifice, and growth. And when you face challenges, don't forget that I am always with you, holding your hand, transforming every suffering into strength. And in the end, you'll realize that it was suffering that helped you become a person of great strength and love. Suffering isn't random or without reason. Every pain you experience, even if it seems like a huge challenge, is actually a part of a great plan that I have designed for you. Never feel like your pain is pointless or that no one shares it. I'm always there in those moments when you feel most alone and weak, helping you find the strength you didn't think you had. You must understand that in every trial, in every suffering, I am refining you, making you into the best version of yourself. It's a purification that not everyone can overcome, but that's why I chose you. Because I see in you the great potential that you haven't recognized yet. Suffering is not a punishment, but a way I teach you to recognize the unseen power within yourself. It's an opportunity for you to change, to open your heart and mind, to become a stronger person, more knowledgeable, and full of love. Pain is not something you should run away from. On the contrary, when you face pain, you're learning a profound truth about yourself. Suffering helps you develop a resilience that nothing can break. Each time you get back up after falling, you're not only learning how to continue, but also how to love yourself more. I know you can do it because I've given you everything you need to win. I'm not saying you won't face difficulties or that you won't have weak moments, but I want you to remember that suffering is only a stage in your journey, not the final destination. Each pain will pass, and after that, you will look back and realize that it was during those toughest times that you were formed and developed in ways you never imagined. You must understand that I am always ready to support you through every part of the journey. Whenever you feel helpless, when the challenges become too much, I will be with you, giving you strength to keep going, and I'll never let you face those challenges alone. When you stumble, I will pick you up. When you feel discouraged, I will give you new faith. When you feel that suffering seems overwhelming, I will give you strength to see that in suffering you will find rebirth and new life. In moments like these, never forget that your suffering is the path for you to come closer to the perfection I have prepared for you. The pain will not last forever. It will help you grow and be stronger, like a palm tree being shaped, like a stone being polished. And when you've overcome that suffering, You will stand firm with a deep faith in yourself and in me. Remember that in every trial, I never leave you. I stand beside you, ready to give you all the blessings and strength you need to overcome it. When you feel like you're falling, remember me and open your heart to receive the strength I give you, because it is in that pain that you will find new hope. You will find the newness, the new life that I bring you. Suffering, you'll see, is not your enemy. It's a friend that helps you grow. Don't be afraid of it. Don't fight against it. Let it teach you lessons about perseverance and love. And you'll see that suffering is not the end, but the beginning of a new life, stronger, wiser, full of hope and love. When you stand firm, when you don't give up, when you don't surrender to those difficulties, that's when you begin to realize the true strength within you. I will transform your suffering into your strength, because I am always there, helping you realize that every trial is just a small part of the great journey you're on. You will never be alone, because I will always be there, guiding you, supporting you, and helping you realize that it's in the pain that you will find a strength you've never imagined. Even when you feel like you can't keep going, remember that I'm always there, ready to give you the strength to continue. Suffering will not conquer you, because I've conquered it all, and through me, you will also conquer. Believe in this journey, because eventually you will see that it was suffering that led you to the freedom and strength you're looking for. Never forget that each moment of suffering you experience has a purpose. It's not random or unexplainable, but a part of the wonderful plan I have created for you. I know that in those moments you'll feel overwhelmed, unable to overcome, but it's in those seemingly darkest moments that I am waiting to step in and light your path. Suffering will never be the end, but the starting point for you to recognize new depths within yourself. For you to see that your strength is limitless when it is connected to me. Suffering is a test, a great lesson I send to you so that you can learn, so that you can grow. Never think that I punish you when you have to endure pain. Actually, it's a gift that I give you, even though it can be difficult right now. That gift isn't pure pain, but an opportunity for you to rise, to realize the strength within that you've never seen before. You're not a weak being, and I know you have the strength to overcome everything that comes to you. When you look at the painful moments in your life, don't see them as wounds, but as opportunities to learn, to appreciate what I give you. The challenges you face aren't random. They're opportunities for you to grow, for you to understand the value of sacrifice, of unconditional love. In every pain, I want you to see my love, to realize that even when you feel like you can't keep going, I'm still there, giving you the strength to continue. Every time you feel like you can't get up, remember that I've walked through even greater pain than you can imagine. I've endured torment. I've carried all the wounds not because I was weak, but because I wanted to show you that even in pain, you can find glory. Remember me and know that in your pain, I will be the one who guides you, who helps you find the way forward, helps you rise from the mud of suffering. Let your soul recognize that suffering isn't the end, but a part of the long journey you're on. The wounds you carry aren't signs of weakness, but symbols of victory. Each wound, each difficulty you overcome, is your victory over yourself. It's a sign that you're not defeated by external challenges, but that you have conquered them, because I am in you. When you feel exhausted, when your hands shake and your legs can't keep going, that's when you need to remember me. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and remember that I am there with you in every step, in every breath. I will never leave you alone. No matter how big the challenge is, I will always be the source of strength, the light that guides you, the hand that supports you through every difficult moment. And remember, my dear child, that suffering never lasts forever. Even in the darkest moments, the light will find you. I'll be there like a father, like a companion, helping you get up and continue on. It's in those most painful moments that you'll see your own strength emerge. The tears, the painful moments will become part of the journey that leads you to freedom, to perfection, and to rebirth. You'll realize that through the pain, you have learned resilience and true strength. You will see that every step through suffering is a step closer to the truth, to love, and to your true self. Don't be afraid. Don't run away from suffering because it's an essential part of this journey. It's a condition for you to understand more clearly about yourself, about me, and about this world. It will teach you patience, to feel my presence in moments that seem hopeless. And one day when you're standing firm and look back on the path you have walked, you will realize that it was suffering that helped you grow. It helped you become a person of strength, full of compassion and love. I will continue to be with you at each step, never abandoning you. My child, believe in the plan that I've laid out for you, because suffering is only a short stage in the great journey you are going through. When you look back, you'll see that suffering isn't your enemy, but a worthy companion, helping you grow strong and ready to receive the blessings that I have ready for you. Understand that nothing in this world can overcome the love that I have for you. All the suffering you have to endure, all the trials that you experience, I know them all, and I'm with you even when you can't feel my presence. Don't think that those pains are a sign of abandonment. They're a sign of the unconditional love that I have for you to learn, to grow, and to understand that real strength doesn't come from perfection, but from overcoming yourself. Suffering, in your eyes, might seem unbearable, but in my eyes, it's a tool to refine you. Like gold has to go through fire to become pure, you also have to go through trials to refine yourself, to become the real image that I've created you to be. Every drop of sweat, every tear you shed, will not be meaningless. They're the precious jewels you collect on this spiritual journey. Each drop, each moment of suffering, will become the material to build a great person. A person who can face any storm without surrendering. Think of the challenges you're facing as life lessons, as opportunities for you to elevate your spirit, to become a more resilient person. Suffering is not a punishment, but the lesson I want you to learn. It's only when you walk through pain that you can realize the greatness of my love, my mercy. You'll never really understand the value of happiness until you experience pain and loss. You won't be able to feel the sweetness of peace until you experience the storms of life. Never think that suffering is something you can't endure. You have a great power inside you, a power that comes from me, and that power is limitless. No matter what heavy challenges life throws at you, you always have me with you to support you, to give you more strength. Remember that the most difficult moments are when you're closest to me. Every time you feel like you're falling, that's when I am there, ready to embrace you, help you get up, and keep going. Those people that you think are living in peace and abundance, they also face their own challenges, even though they might not be as clear as the ones you are enduring. Everyone, no matter how strong they might seem, has their own burdens, and it's in those moments of suffering that I want you to see an important truth. You are not alone. I'm always with you, waiting for you, ready to reach out to you when you're ready to receive the help. Don't think that your pain is something that I don't understand. I understand very well, because I've also endured. I've carried the pain of this world to be an example for you. I have conquered suffering, and that is why you can too. When you go through pain, don't think that you don't have the strength to keep going. You just need to believe in yourself and in my guidance. Your strength doesn't come from what you see with your eyes, but from faith, from perseverance, from the love I have for you. It's only when you believe in my presence that you'll realize that you can overcome anything, no matter how great the challenge. Suffering is a part of life, but it is not everything. When you look back, you'll see that each difficulty, each challenge, has helped you grow and be stronger. You'll realize that the pains you've experienced were just turning points in the journey that is bringing you towards perfection. It's like pruning dead tree branches so that the tree can sprout again and flourish. When the pain passes, you'll see that it's those trials that have helped you develop, helped you be strong and firm. And then one day when you look back, you will see that suffering didn't make you weak, but made you strong. It has helped you rise. The wounds in your heart, the hurts you experience, will not be the marks of weakness, but the traces of victory. You've overcome them. You've stood firm and kept going. And that is the real strength within you. A strength that no one can take away, that no one can destroy. Remember that I am always with you, never leaving you. Even when you feel alone or weak, I will always be your encouragement, your safe haven. When you're facing suffering, turn to me. Don't let your fears and worries take hold of your heart. Hold fast to your faith in me, and you will see that suffering cannot break you. Instead, it will become the strength that propels you to the glories I have prepared for you in this life. You will never face trials alone. Every step you take, no matter how difficult, will always be marked by my presence. When you feel left behind, when everything around you seems to crumble, don't lose heart. It is precisely in those moments that I will be the one to lift you up, to guide you through every hardship, helping you overcome walls that seem insurmountable. Understand that suffering is not something I want you to endure, but it is necessary for your growth. Pain is not a sign of punishment, but a part of your refinement. I know that when you go through trials, you may feel exhausted, feeling like you can't continue. But don't forget that it is in those seemingly darkest moments that your true strength is forged. That is when you have the greatest opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become the person I have destined you to be. I want you to know that the challenges you face are not random. Every pain, every loss has a purpose. I will never allow you to endure something pointless. Everything happens for a profound reason. Even if you can't understand it right now, as time goes on, you will realize that every suffering is part of a journey that leads you to a brighter, stronger future. You might not see the end of the road now, but I promise you that eventually, you will arrive at the place you seek. Never doubt the love I have for you. In the darkest night, in the fiercest storms, I am still here, by your side, walking with you every step of the way. Believe that every drop of sweat, every tear you shed is not meaningless. Everything you are experiencing will become a solid foundation that helps you stand firmer in the future. When you pass through pain, you will realize that you are not only stronger, but also have a clearer understanding of yourself. True strength is not about never falling, but the ability to rise after each fall. You will learn how to persevere, how to love, and how to be more compassionate. And when you look back, you will see that those sufferings have helped you become a more complete person. You will no longer be afraid, no longer tremble before new challenges because you know that I am always with you, guiding you through every difficulty. Remember that when you are in pain, it is not a sign of failure, but an opportunity to discover the boundless strength within yourself. Don't see suffering as an enemy, but as a friend, a teacher that helps you grow and become stronger. Each time you overcome pain, you will grow more confident, more unwavering in your faith. I want you to know that suffering is not the end. Each time you feel like you can't bear it anymore, turn to me. I am your infinite source of strength. When you feel weak, let me be the one to lift you up, to help you overcome yourself. Never give up hope, because I will never give up on you. There is something important you need to remember. Every suffering, whether big or small, is part of the wonderful plan I have for you. Everything happens for a reason, and I know exactly what you need to grow. Never doubt the love I have for you. Suffering is not a sign of distance, but a way I help you step into a more powerful version of yourself. You may not understand it now, but I want you to know that every challenge, every pain, is a necessary step for you to become a greater person, someone who can bring light to this world. I have given you the strength to overcome all things. And when you use that strength, you will see that suffering is only a small part of the grand journey that I have destined for you. Never forget that in every moment of suffering, I am there with you. When you feel lonely, turn to me, for I am always near, ready to share and lift you up. You don't have to face trials alone. When you are in pain, I will be the light that guides your path. When you are weak, I will be the refuge where you can rise again. Believe in your own strength. Believe in the love I have for you. Never let suffering cause you to doubt your worth. Every challenge you face, I know you will overcome because you are not just a weak human being, but a person full of strength. And that strength comes from me. When you realize this strength, you will understand that suffering is only a stepping stone to becoming a great person, someone who can change this world. Today's tears will be the seeds for tomorrow's joy. Never be afraid to face challenges because suffering is not the end, but the beginning of a new journey, a journey that leads you to things greater than you have ever imagined. Keep moving forward. Never turn back. I am always by your side, ready to guide you and help you become stronger every day. There will be times in life when the storms of suffering and trials descend upon you. You will feel as if everything around you is collapsing. You will think that you cannot continue, and the long, lonely nights will make you feel helpless. But remember that in the very moment when you think you can't go on, I am there by your side, waiting to lift you up. Suffering is not a sign of weakness, but an opportunity to see how strong you truly are inside. When you go through trials, you might feel like you are being pulled down, as if some invisible force is robbing you of all hope. But precisely in those moments, when you feel exhausted, I will be the source of strength that helps you rise again, the faith that keeps you moving forward. You might not understand it right now, but I know you need these sufferings to grow. You need these storms to realize that you are not a victim of circumstance, but a conqueror, someone who can overcome all obstacles. These trials you are facing are not random. They are part of your journey, necessary steps that will guide you to growth and greatness. Suffering will transform you into a different person, someone stronger and more resilient. Don't look at it as an enemy, but rather as a companion, a teacher who will help you discover the strength within you. I will help you understand that it is in those painful moments that you will learn valuable lessons that no school can teach. You will learn patience, courage, and especially unconditional love, a love that I always have for you, a love that will never abandon you, no matter what the circumstances. You might not realize it immediately, but I want you to know that suffering is the opportunity for you to become the person that I have destined you to be. Suffering is not punishment, but part of the process, like the grindstones that sharpen you, helping you become more complete. When you experience the fierce storms, you will understand your true strength, the strength to face all the challenges you may encounter in this life. When you look back at the days gone by, the tears you've shed, the pains you've endured, you will see that every step has brought you closer to your life's purpose. The challenges you have overcome will become stories of resilience, courage, and unwavering faith. These are stories that you will tell the world, to those around you, so they too can realize that suffering is not something to be avoided, but an essential part of the journey toward growth. Never be afraid to face challenges. Never think that suffering is a sign of failure. Suffering is the first step toward growth, the condition for understanding the value of peace and happiness. Every challenge is an opportunity to learn, to recognize that you are not just a weak human being, but a strong person, someone who can overcome all things. I want you to recognize that suffering is not the end, but a new beginning. After every storm, you will find yourself stronger, more resilient, and full of hope. You will realize that suffering is not something you have to run away from, but something you need to become the person you are meant to be. Your growth will not come from peaceful days, but from the challenges you overcome. I will always be with you, never leaving your side. When you feel like you can't go on, when you feel like you have lost everything, it is then that I will lift you up, helping you realize that you can do it. Your strength does not come from what you have, but from your faith in yourself and in the love that I have for you. And when you understand this, when you feel the boundless strength within you, you will realize that suffering is not something you have to fear, but something you can overcome easily. Remember that every passing day is a new opportunity for you to grow. Every challenge, every suffering you encounter is a step on the path to greatness. And I will always be your companion, helping you overcome all things, leading you to brighter days, to heights you have never imagined. If you think that suffering is just an unbearable burden, then you haven't fully understood the strength that I have placed within you. These fierce storms, these high mountains that you must climb, all have a greater purpose. The trials that you experience will never be pointless. Every pain, every drop of sweat, Every time you fall will become a precious stone that contributes to who you are, the person I have prepared for great things. I, your Jesus, did not only come to save the souls that have gone astray, but also to transform the challenges in your life into valuable lessons. Every time you are engulfed in suffering, it is then that I am teaching you the lesson of patience, perseverance, and unwavering faith. Do not rush to look for the reasons behind your suffering, because, in each challenge, I am imparting to you a boundless source of strength that only you can tap into. Suffering is not punishment, but a way I refine you into a powerful being, a true warrior in my kingdom. These pains will not last forever. They will pass, and when they do, you will be an entirely different person. Every wound you experience will never be in vain. Those wounds will open new doors, enabling you to see the hidden strength that I have bestowed upon you since before you were born. Imagine that each trial, each storm, is an opportunity to hone your faith. Pain is not just emptiness, but the mold that shapes you to become purer and stronger. It is a reminder that you are not useless in this life, but someone who can change everything, someone who can face any challenge. These challenges will help you realize your true nature, the abilities you have never even thought of. When you are suffering, when you feel exhausted and hopeless, it is then that I am closest to you. In each moment of your fall, I will be the hand that lifts you up, the light that guides your path. I want you to know that suffering is not the end, but the beginning of resurrection, a rebirth from a more powerful and resilient version of yourself. The dark moments will pass, and after that, you will see you can do things that you once thought were impossible. Each time you feel like you are suffocating in pain, it is a sign that you are going in the right direction. The difficulties will not break you, but they will only make you more steadfast and stronger. When you face hardships, that is when you enter a new stage of growth. Never think that you cannot overcome them, because precisely in those dark moments, I have given you all the strength that you need to overcome all things. I am not just watching you suffer from afar, but I am right beside you, always accompanying you and helping you find the way forward. If you know how to see it correctly, you will find that suffering is an opportunity to learn true love. Love not only for others, but also for yourself. In those trials, you learn how to forgive, how to let go of unnecessary burdens, and how to continue to move forward steadily. Remember that I have walked that path of suffering before you. I have taken on the sins of the world. I have endured the pain of sacrifice to save you. You are not alone in this battle. You are part of my grand plan, and I will not let you fail. Even if you feel tired, even if you think you cannot go on, I am always there, an infinite source of strength for you. You will see that over time, pain will become a memory, and that memory will become great stories you can tell to the world, stories of perseverance, resilience, and resurrection. I, your Jesus, am not just the Savior, but also the companion in every step of this difficult path. And I will always be with you, helping you discover your own strength, so that when you look back, you will see that suffering was the solid foundation leading to growth and victory. When you experience suffering, never feel that I have abandoned you. I am always with you, the light in the darkness, the hope in despair. I will turn your pain into strength, transforming you into a person who can stand firm amidst every trial. And you will see that with me, nothing is impossible. When you stand before suffering, your mind may feel overwhelmed, as if there is no way out. But remember that those moments, although challenging, are golden opportunities for you to become stronger, purer. Suffering is not the end, but a sign of rebirth, a time when you enter a new stage of spiritual growth. I have already endured all the pains you can possibly feel. Look at the cross that I carried, where all the pain and sins of humanity were gathered. I took on the burden of the world's suffering, so that you could see the light of new life. It is in those darkest moments that I demonstrated that even if I have to sacrifice myself, I will never abandon you. This is the strength I want you to understand and grasp. Suffering is an essential part of your life's journey. It is not a bad thing, but a means through which I refine you, so that you become a powerful instrument in my hands. You cannot grow without trials, just as diamonds must go through intense compression to shine brightly. Likewise, each wound, each trial, will be a stepping stone that helps you rise and shine brighter. We all know that in this life, nothing is permanent, not even pain. The pains you feel will not last forever, and they cannot defeat you. They come and go like clouds passing through the sky. What matters is not how long the suffering lasts, but what you learn from it. Patience, faith in me, and hope for a brighter tomorrow are important lessons that suffering brings to you. When you face trials, you not only face yourself, but also the test of your faith. You may not see it clearly now, but suffering will teach you lessons about sacrifice, love, and forgiveness. Values that you will not be able to learn if your life is always smooth and easy. I want you to know that when you suffer, when you stand firm in the face of storms, I am there with you, walking beside you every step of the way. I will never let you go alone. Even if you feel lonely or tired, look to the people I have used to demonstrate my strength. Remember the saints, those who went through trials and sufferings in their lives, and from that became a light shining upon the world. From suffering, they generated a strength that no one could destroy. Therefore, suffering is not your enemy, but the greatest teacher that I have sent to forge you and complete you. Never let suffering break you. Let it become an internal power, like a fearless warrior. Each time you rise again, that is a victory, and each time you win, you will see yourself as stronger than you think. The pains and failures will not weaken you. They will only make you stronger and more resilient than ever. Every step in suffering, every time you feel like you can't continue, is when I am touching your heart. I am teaching you that strength does not come from external things, but from within you. I am working within you through every pain to transform you into a stronger person with boundless endurance. And one day, when you look back at the painful moments, you will see that they were the very things that helped you rise and become complete. I, your Jesus, am not just a redeemer, but also a companion in every difficulty. I will be with you through every trial, and every trial you overcome will make you an essential part of my grand work. Suffering will be the solid foundation on which you build a meaningful life, a life through which I will express my glory through you. And remember, there is nothing useless. Every trial, every pain has a deep purpose. They're the opportunities that I have given you so that you can step outside of yourself, overcome limits you never thought possible. You might feel alone in these moments, as if the entire world has turned its back on you. But I am here by your side in every breath you take, in every step you take. I see you, I know you, and I love you deeply. Don't be afraid to face suffering. Don't let pain break you, for you will see that each time you rise again, you will be stronger. When you pass through trials, not only will your body become resilient, but your soul will also be forged, reaching a strength you cannot imagine. Suffering is a cleansing process, a fire that is essential in the journey of becoming the person that I have made you to be. In the moments when you feel pushed to the brink, when you feel like there is no strength left to continue, I will come closer to you. You may not feel me immediately, but believe that I am always by your side, gently lifting you up, helping you rise from wounds that seem impossible to heal. Each time you feel like you can't bear anymore, think of me, think of the steps that I have taken on the cross. I have suffered. I have taken on all of humanity's suffering, and because of this, you do not have to face these trials alone. Every wound you bear in your heart is a sign of restoration. Every tear you shed is a prayer that I hear, a whisper in the darkness that I will answer. Never think that suffering is a sign of abandonment. It is only part of the sanctification process. I will never abandon you, no matter how you feel. I am always here, seeing every step you take, and I will not let you fall into despair. Precisely in those moments when you are pushed into the darkest corner of your life, I will be the light that guides you out of the darkness. It is then that you will realize that you are stronger than you thought, that pain is not the end, but a transformation, a rebirth in the soul. Just as a seed must break free from its hard shell to bloom. Likewise, you must overcome pain to become a stronger and more complete version of yourself. Remember that in my eyes, you are precious. Every moment in your life, I will never leave you, even in the most difficult times. I see your struggle. I understand the pain you are experiencing. But it is through these trials that you will find an unbreakable strength. The difficulties are not something you should fear, but they are opportunities for you to show your love for me, to demonstrate your loyalty and faith. Suffering will never last forever. Each passing day, you will feel a change within yourself. Never underestimate your ability to recover. Each time you rise after a failure, each time you overcome a trial, you will get closer to the wholeness, to the holiness that I have planned for you. The wounds that you feel are hurting your soul will become signs of growth. You will realize that it is because of these pains that you have become stronger, able to face all difficulties without fear. You are not a victim of circumstance, but a victor, someone who will create their own path. In each difficulty, I will show you the way, showing you that there is a path leading to salvation, to purification. Look at the trials you are facing, not as walls blocking your way, but as opportunities to learn, to move forward. I did not create pain to make you fall, but to forge you, to make you strong and resilient, and to never give up. Each time you feel confused, remember that I am the place you can find refuge. In all your pain, I will be your source of strength, the support for you to rise up, to overcome trials, to overcome yourself. You are not alone. You do not have to fight alone. I will always accompany you, guiding you through every storm. Look back at the trials you have experienced, and you will see that every pain has a reason, and through that, you have grown, you have become stronger. Those pains are the measure of your strength, the opportunity to affirm your trust in me. And one day, you will look back and be proud of not giving up, of overcoming all things. We are not weak beings, my children. We are warriors in my kingdom, and suffering is only part of this journey. Keep moving forward in faith, in the love that I have for you. I will never abandon you, and I will always make your strength grow more and more powerful with every passing day. Remember that in my eyes, you are a resilient warrior, and this pain will become the strength that brings you to victory. You may feel at times that you don't have the strength to keep walking on this path, but remember that I am always here, right beside you, never far away. Whenever you feel pain, you feel like you are drowning in darkness, I will be the only light guiding your path. These trials will teach you how to confront your own weaknesses, and through that, you will discover the miraculous power that you never knew you possessed. Suffering is not the enemy, but a tool to refine you, an opportunity for you to see the weaknesses in your soul and know how to rise. My child, in each trial, in each pain that you endure, I want you to know that that is when you are becoming a more powerful version of yourself. When you are learning to let go of what is not needed, the fears, worries, and negative emotions that have kept you captive for so long. Each wound, each hurt you feel is a step toward wholeness within you. Never think that pain is insurmountable. Remember that I have overcome the greatest pain that you cannot imagine. My children, in every trial, in every pain that you endure, I want you to know that that is when you are becoming a more powerful version of yourself. That is when you are learning to let go of the unnecessary, the fears, worries, and negative emotions that have kept you captive for so long. Every wound, every injury you feel is a step towards your wholeness. Never think that pain is insurmountable. Remember that I have overcome the greatest pain you cannot imagine. Because I have taken upon myself all of humanity's suffering, bearing all sin to open the path to redemption. So, if you are carrying wounds, know that I have borne those wounds on my own body, have bled for you, for each individual. Whatever you are experiencing, I have experienced, and I know you can overcome it. But this pain will not be forever. I promise you that after every storm, you will see the dawn. After every long night, there will be light shining through. There will be peace waiting for you. Every day, I will gradually heal the wounds in your soul, will transform each pain into strength so that you can continue to move forward. What you are going through today will be a lesson to help you become stronger tomorrow, will be a solid foundation for a future you cannot see right now. But I am preparing for you. When you offer yourself to me, when you accept these sufferings, you are entering into a sacred relationship with me, where I will show you that in every pain there is restoration. In every failure there is the potential to rise again. You do not have to bear this alone. Do not have to face this suffering alone. I am your strength. I am your comfort. And I will make you as strong as the heroes in my stories, those who triumphed in suffering, those who found glory after the greatest trials. When you feel like you are sinking into the mire of suffering, do not be afraid, for I will lift you up, will place my hand on your shoulder, and help you stand tall. Each tear you shed, each step you take in the darkness, is a step toward the light. You are not alone. I will reach out and take your hand, and together we will step through every challenge, every strong wind, every storm. Never think that suffering will make you weak, for it is precisely in that weakness that you will find resilience. You will no longer be afraid to face difficulties. No longer worry about what might happen. Instead of seeing pain as a barrier, you will see it as the key that helps you open the door to growth, to freedom in your soul. Every time you stand firm, every time you overcome pain, you will realize this strength does not come from you, but from me. It is I who gives you the strength, helps you overcome all difficulties, and it is I who will transform your suffering into great victories. Believe that nothing in your life is pointless. Every step you take, whether difficult or easy, is guided by me. Every day that passes, you will increasingly realize that the pain has made you stronger, has helped you see the road ahead more clearly. When you feel like you cannot continue, I will be the motivation for you to persevere, to move forward, because no one can stop when I am beside you. Don't worry when life doesn't go as you expect, when everything seems to be falling apart. That is just a road you must travel to become the person I have designed you to be. These challenges are not random, but are part of my plan for you. They are tools that help you become more like me. For I have said, if you follow me, you will suffer, but that suffering will not make you fall. It will only be a fire that refines you like gold refined in the flames. Pain is not the end, but is a part of your spiritual journey. Each suffering you endure will no longer be a pain, but will become a mark, a symbol of the strength I have given you. Just keep going, keep trusting in me, and you will see the strength within your own pain. I will transform all your suffering into new life, into steadfast faith and unbreakable strength. There are times when you feel like you are standing in the midst of a storm, not knowing where the shore is, where the path leads. The pain in your heart seems insurmountable. The worries and fears increase daily, and you feel like a lost person, without hope. But I want you to understand that in those moments, when you feel tired and defeated, I am still beside you, waiting for you to open your heart to receive the strength I will give you. I know you have gone through many trials in your life, and each trial brings with it pains that only you can fully understand. But remember, in suffering, you are not alone. I have gone through much greater pains, have endured suffering far beyond what you can imagine. Each wound on my body, each drop of blood, is a testament to the boundless love I have for you. And it is in those wounds that I have taken the power to redeem you and all who believe in me. My pain has opened the path of salvation for all mankind. Do not be afraid to face the difficulties of life. Don't look at the pain and feel like you cannot bear it. I am the one who took on all the suffering of the world, and I have triumphed. I have overcome. You will not be defeated either. You will not fall. Every time you feel powerless, I will be the source of strength to help you get up. Every time you fall into the abyss, I will be the hand that pulls you up, will be the light that guides you through the darkness. The pains you experience are not punishment. They are an integral part of the process of refining you into a stronger person, someone who can face any challenge without faltering. The pain will never be meaningless, because every time you rise from suffering, every time you overcome difficulties, it is a step in your journey of growth. And in each of those steps, you will realize that the strength you have does not come from yourself, but from me. It is I who am the endless source of motivation that helps you keep going. Never look back. Think about the challenges you have overcome. No matter how painful they were, you have triumphed. And that is proof of the strength I have given you. It is in your weakest moments that you have discovered resilience, a steadfastness that you had never known before. And every time, I am even more proud of your ability to do things you didn't think you could do. Never feel like you are the only one who has to endure suffering. Each of you has your own unique challenges, your own storms you must overcome. But I want you to understand that no one walks alone. When you go through the storms of your life, I will go with you. I will guide you. My presence in your life is an invisible protection that helps you never fall, no matter how tired you may feel. I will always be here, always beside you, helping you stand firm and continue to go on. Every pain you feel, every difficulty you face, is an opportunity for you to learn how to love, to learn how to forgive, and be compassionate. Through these challenges, you will realize that these pains are not the end, but only temporary moments on the path leading you to greatness and growth. These difficulties will make you stronger, will help you realize the true value of life, and especially will help you see my presence in every moment of your life. Don't ever think that these pains are meaningless. Don't think they're just punishment or injustice. I want you to understand that every challenge has its purpose, and they all help you get closer to perfection. They help you learn to rely on me, to learn to overcome through me, to learn to live with steadfast faith, even when facing great trials. Every time you feel like you can't continue, remember that I am always with you, will never abandon you, even in the darkest moments of your life. Know that the strength I give you is not only to overcome challenges, but so you can be a source of light to others. When you overcome suffering and stand tall, you will be an inspiration to those around you. You will be proof that even in pain, peace can be found, and in every challenge, strength can be found. I will always be beside you, helping you transform all pain into strength. When you feel like you cannot continue, I will be the motivation, the light in the darkness, the peace in the storm. Have faith in me, have faith in the strength I have given you, and keep going, never stop. Because I am always with you, always leading you to glory. In each step you take, I am always with you, accompanying you, understanding the sufferings you must go through. When you feel lost, when you feel like you cannot continue, never forget that it is these moments that will help you discover the inner strength that I have planted within you. Each time you walk through pain, you will realize something miraculous. It is those pains, it is those challenges that will be the source of strength to help you become more mature, more steadfast. I have given you a heart full of love, a strong soul, and a body that can endure many challenges. But those challenges don't come just so that you have to endure them. They come to help you discover the deep parts of yourself that you may not have known before. Each wound you endure, each pain you carry in your heart will be an opportunity for you to see yourself in a new light, to understand that I am always with you, that patience and faith in me will lead you through all of it. When you face the storms of life, when you feel like you cannot go on, that's when I want you to remember that you never have to face challenges alone. What you are feeling, whether it is pain or despair, is part of the journey that you must go through to become a stronger person, a person full of faith, a person who can face all circumstances without faltering. I have endured the ultimate pain, but it is in that pain that I saw the light. I have endured to redeem you, to bring you out of the darkness, to make you a person who can stand firm against all trials. And now, in your journey, I will continue to help you see the strength inside you, to see the power that you have never realized. It is in those moments of suffering that you will see the greatness that I have placed in your heart. You will have to learn to accept pain, but not to endure it passively. I want you to know that pain is not the end, but an opportunity for you to start again, for you to find a strength that you have never noticed. The challenges you face are not meant to make you fall, but to help you find the source of strength within yourself, to become a more perfect person, to become the person I have created you to be. Every time you feel tired, when you feel like you cannot continue, remember that in these moments, I will give you the strength to keep going. Every step, whether slow or tired, will move you forward, and each step will make you stronger, will help you grow, will help you realize that the strength you have does not come from yourself, but from me. Let me transform your pain into strength. Let me transform the challenges you encounter into opportunities for you to discover the amazing things that you have never imagined. Let me be the one to teach you how to face the storms of life, how to stand firm when everything around you collapses, and let me be the endless source of strength that helps you overcome all those pains, those challenges, so that you can live a life full of meaning and full of blessings. In every moment, I will be with you, accompanying you. The storms, the challenges that you have to face, they are not punishment, but opportunities for you to see yourself, to understand the strength and steadfastness that you can achieve when you face those difficulties. When you feel like you can't bear it, that's when you must remember that I am always here, ready to give you the strength to get up and keep going. You don't have to be afraid because I will never leave you. When you feel weak, I will be the hand that supports you. When you feel lost, I will be the light that shows the way. Never doubt the love I have for you, for that love is boundless and never changes. And it is this love that will be the source of strength to help you overcome everything, to help you transform suffering into strength, to help you get up after every fall, and to continue the journey I have laid out for you. I want you to understand that in all the challenges that you encounter, there is one thing that you must never forget, that I am using every difficulty, every pain that you experience, to transform you into the person I have created you to be. And when you understand this, when you believe in my strength, you will see that nothing is impossible to overcome and nothing is too difficult for you, because I have transformed pain into strength, and you will do the same because I am with you, guiding you every step of the way. In each step you take, whether it is rugged or difficult, I am always there, watching you with boundless love and patience. When you face challenges, when you feel like you cannot bear it, never forget that each moment is part of the grand plan that I have for you. The pain that you experience is not punishment, but an opportunity that I give you so that you can rise up, so that you can see the potential strength within yourself that you have never been aware of before. I have given you a strong heart. You may not realize it in difficult times, but when you look back, you will see that it is the challenges that have helped you unlock those potential strengths that you did not even know you had. The wounds are not signs of weakness, but proof of your strength, of your ability to recover and grow in all the difficulties that you encounter. Therefore, every time you feel like you cannot bear it, remember that you have me beside you, that every moment of pain will lead you to recovery, to a strength you have never known. Do you know that in those moments of weakness, when you feel like you cannot go on, it is at that time that I can work most powerfully in your life? It is in those moments when you seem to be on the verge of collapse that I will come to you and give you help that you cannot see with your eyes. But I want you to trust that every challenge you face, every moment of pain, is an opportunity for you to be transformed, for you to become stronger and more mature. I have walked through suffering, have been nailed to the cross, and through each pain, I have conquered death, conquered darkness, to bring you new life. Remember that suffering is not the end, it is just a stage, a part of a great journey that you will have to go through. And when you understand that suffering is part of the process of evolution, you will no longer be afraid to face it. Because you know that I am with you, I will always reach out and help you get up every time you fall. Remember that I have not only given you life, but also the strength to live, the strength to face challenges. I have not only taught you how to love, but also how to endure, how to overcome difficulties that you thought were insurmountable. Every time you face suffering, you will learn a new lesson, Every time you overcome a challenge, you will become a stronger, more steadfast person. And when you look back, you will realize that it is in those moments that you have been transformed, that you have been reborn. You don't need to be afraid, because I will always be with you. I will never let you face challenges alone. I will always be watching over you, will always help you see the light, even in the darkest times. Be confident that every challenge you encounter has a reason, and it will lead you to a more wonderful place. Every difficulty, every storm, will not be able to defeat you if you maintain your faith in me, if you believe in the boundless love I have for you. I will use your suffering to refine you into a stronger person, a person who can face any storm without ever falling. Don't let fear and anxiety cloud your eyes. Look to me. Let my love soothe you, and let the strength that I have given you shine within you. When you overcome suffering, you will realize that I have helped you become a greater person, a person who can bring light to others. And when you see the strength that you have achieved, you will realize that everything you have gone through, all the pain you have endured, was worthwhile, because in all of that pain you have found yourself. And in that finding, I have transformed pain into strength, have transformed sadness into joy, have transformed challenges into opportunities. Believe in me, I will always be with you, helping you see the strength that you have never imagined. Because in me you will find all that you need to get up and continue to move forward in peace and strength. You don't need to be afraid, because I will always guide you through the storms of this life. I know that you are feeling the weight of life, feeling like every step is becoming tiring and every challenge you face seems to be a mountain that cannot be overcome. But in those moments, remember that I am closer to you than ever before. It is in those moments when you feel most weak and powerless that I am preparing for you infinite sources of strength that you have never imagined. I will not leave you alone in suffering, will not let you be left behind after each time you fall. I will reach out so you can stand up. Every time you think you can't continue, I will be your source of strength. Look back at the journey you have traveled. You will see that each pain, each wound in your heart has its purpose. Don't see those sufferings as signs of failure or punishment. They are opportunities for you to grow, for you to find the strength you did not know you had within you. I created you not to live in fear, not to live in disappointment, but to become a great warrior, someone who carries within you immense power. Every time you face adversity, you will realize that you have the ability to overcome everything. For in each challenge, I have given you the power to face and conquer. Remember that I did not only come to redeem you from sin, but also to show you the power of resurrection. It is in those moments when you feel like life has ended, it is in those moments when you think you cannot stand firm anymore, that is when I will bring you resurrection, will bring you the opportunity to start over with new strength and a steadfastness you have never had before. You may not realize this right now, but the challenges you face will help you become more steadfast, more resilient. You will see that when you continue to walk with me, you will not only conquer suffering, but you will also see the hidden beauty in those challenges. Every suffering is a lesson. Every wound is a step forward in the journey of growth. I do not let you endure meaningless suffering. Every step you take is watched by me, and every challenge you overcome will be a great victory. In this process, you will learn to let go of what is no longer useful, to let go of the worries, the fears, the darkness you have held tight to over time. And when you let go, you will see that I will bring you a release, a freedom that you have never felt before. I will renew you, transform suffering into strength, transform fear into steadfast faith. You don't need to be afraid, because you have me by your side. I will guide you through the challenges, will make you stronger every day. And when you feel like everything is falling apart, you will realize that it is in those darkest times that I will lead you to new horizons. When everything around you becomes blurry, I will be the only light that guides you, the source of strength that helps you overcome the storms of life. Remember that in each challenge, I am always with you. Each pain, each failure will be a step in the journey of becoming the person I have created you to be. When you look at yourself, You will see that suffering has taught you valuable lessons, has helped you become a more profound, more resilient, and more loving person. For each pain you experience is an opportunity for you to learn and grow. And then, when you look back at your journey, when you stand where you are today, you will realize that all that you have experienced is not in vain. Every difficult moment, every storm has its purpose. They're the building blocks, the challenges that help you become stronger, so that one day you will realize that suffering is the very material that creates strength, is a valuable lesson in the journey to growth. Believe in me, for in me you will find all that you need. I will not leave you alone in suffering. I will always stand by your side, ready to give you help and strength to overcome everything. When you have me with you, nothing is impossible. Nothing is too difficult. And when you believe in me, you will see that I will transform all suffering into boundless strength, will transform sadness into joy, will transform failures into new opportunities for you to fly higher, to go further. Keep going, my child. Keep moving forward with faith in your heart, and I will never let you fall into despair. I will always walk with you, leading you to a place where you will find peace and boundless strength. Believe in yourself, because I have placed all the power of the universe within you. Amen.